Okay, alright, so this is gonna be a tutorial on how to do particle emitters, or how to use them. Since I've used Roblox Studio anymore, like I used Roblox Studio before, I know how to use particle emitters. So you guys, JJS players, like mainly on JJS, like didn't do Roblox Studio, I'm gonna teach you how to do it, like very easy. Honestly, it will look complicated at first, but when you understand it, it will actually be pretty easy. So let's go from one to one. It's projectile tag. Okay, so projectile tag is basically, so it's basically projectile tag. The effect, will be spawning at the projectile that's moving, and not you. Okay, let's go to the next one. So last hit is basically, if it's -1, it's gonna be on you. If it's 1, if you hit someone and click it, it's gonna go to them, to that sides. Okay, part sides make it spawn more randomly. So if I set it to 5, 5. See, now it's more random and it's not just in one direction. Okay, so texture is basically the texture effect. So I'm gonna slap a random texture on it. Put the texture here. But you cannot do the preview thing, just like the visuals. It only works on some. But now it's like small pixels. So we're gonna fix this in a few minutes. So now it's more random, spawns as some kind of random. Anyway, so firstly, emit count is basically how much particles spawn at once, but it doesn't go by time. It's only once, like a one shot. 100 things. If I set it to 1, it's gonna be 1. Rate is basically how fast it spawns by time. So if I set it to 3, it's still gonna spawn 1. It's barely even visible, but it's still gonna spawn 1. Why does it spawn 1? Because of the duration. Duration is basically how long it keeps adding. So for 5 seconds. See, you can barely see it, but it's kind of visible. Anyway, color. So there's 2 colors, but if you just realize that this can work for gradient. So I'm gonna set it something like red. Okay, and then yellow, I think. So yellow from red is gonna go to yellow, red, like that. So size is basically the size, and the 1 0. What is this 1 0? Basically, it fades into 0. So if I set to 5, then 10, it's gonna become bigger. But if I make it the same thing at one size, it will just go up. Transparency is basically fades. So if I set it to 0, it's not gonna fade. It's just gonna despawn. Squash is basically squash. If I squashes by time. If I set it to 1 0, it's gonna be squashed, but then it goes into normal size. But if I set it the reverse, it's gonna squash like this. Okay, so lifetime is basically how long the particle lasts, and not how long the particle keeps spawning. So if I set it to 1, but there's 2 numbers. This is minimum and max, so it can be random. I'm gonna set it to 1 to 2. Sometimes it's gonna be 1 second, sometimes it's gonna be 2 seconds. Speed is basically how much speed it goes. So if it's positive, the number is positive, then it will go up. If it's negative, it will go down, or at how much rotation it is. Anyway, so if I set it to -5 or 5, sometimes it's gonna go up, sometimes it's gonna go down. Okay, that's completely random. It's just like the lifetime. It can be minimum and max. Rotation is basically rotation, how much it rotates, or how degrees it is. So there's minimum and max. So you can set it to random. Let's just say -360, and then 360. The rotation is going to be completely random. Rotation speed is it changes rotation by time. So if I set it to 50, -50, see, it's kind of moving. Okay, now it's starting to look like a particle, except there's too much particles. acceleration is basically like how motion it is, like the motion of it. So if I set it to like 100, for example, it's gonna go to the right side. Okay, if I set it to 100 like this, it's gonna go like this. It's gonna go forward. So light emission is like the light emission, like how much it generates light by itself. Light influence is how much light it receives from like the sun or any type of light. So spread angle is how much it spreads, but for some reason it doesn't really work. Maybe it does work, maybe I'm just not getting how to use it. So now it kind of spreads into different directions. Okay, so position is lock to part. You can see when you don't enable it, the part will the particle will move on its own, but if I set it to lock to part, it's gonna move with me. It's gonna stay with me. Let's say orientation type. Orientation type is a bit hard to understand, but facing camera is like a billboard. It always faces the camera, and facing camera world up, it's only gonna face you like horizontally. Like it's not. Yeah, if you zoom up, it's not gonna face at you. Like it only faces the camera horizontally, like only left and right, not up and down. Velocity parallel is basically the facing on it based on its velocity, like this. Perpendicular is basically only up. Top is emission direction, so is it to bottom, it's gonna go down. Okay, if I set it to front, it's gonna go front, back, and right for all direction. Flip book. Okay, so now we understand it. If I set it to 4x4, it's gonna be more smaller, but see, it's kind of animating. So flipbook is for like animating. So I'm gonna teach what is flipbook. Flipbook is like making a particle be animated. So I'm gonna set it to 8x8. See, now it's kind of more cooler. So flipbook mode is 1. So there's loop. Loop is basically makes it loop. And random is basically starts with a random point, but like moves to a random another frame, like randomly. Ping pong, it like goes back and forth, I think. So and then flipbook frame rate. Typically, this how fast it animates at. So if I set it to 40 wolf, it's gonna go really fast. Like the emitter shape is the like the shape of it, like the invisible box of it. So if I set it to disk, it's gonna be shaped like a disc, I think, but it really doesn't. We really don't care about that one because it's like no effect at all. So shape particle is gonna act. I don't know. So run on servers, basically can run on server. Client side, it only appears to the player. Cancel tag, it just cancels the tag. Cancel, it like cancels all the measures with the same tag. Cancel on interrupt, it cancels on interrupt. So now you can make some cool effects with it. I'm gonna make some cool effects with it. If I go click on the move, see now we have a cool smoke effect and can be used for some moves. It's looking good. Anyway, I hope you understand it. You understand this tutorial. Bye.
Did you know Stevie Wonder was...
Oi! Stevie fucking Wonder! Will you knock it off? You're doing me fucking head in!